Who we got
know
here?
about all this. I'm not telling you anything.
What's
you
your
don't
name,
know.
sir?
I'm Ron McLean.
Okay, so what about Bass Reeves?
Well, Bass
Nice
Reeves.
meeting you.
Thank you.
Good to meet you. Well, you know, Bass Reeves was raised in Arkansas by the Reeves family.
Yeah.
His father, he had no father. Mr. Reeves, you know, as you well know.
Not to interrupt you, but in the first scene, I was a captain of the 1st Arkansas Volunteers. So
Really?
historically, Bass Reeves is on target with Taylor Sheridan. So go ahead.
And that's funny, but you know, Mr. Reeves just kind of took that boy in as a plantation owner and just raised him as if he was his own. But the kid was really hooked on bass fishing. So he nicknamed him Bass, which I guess we all know where that name came from, right? Civil War broke out, and he was kind of young when the Civil War broke out, and it all ended in 1865. Mr. Reeves actually went to Bass. Well, as we well know, he taught him a lot about guns and gunsmithing and how to handle guns. So Bass Reeves was an incredible person with guns. Teaching him how to handle guns when his family was slave on the plantation. So who said there was slaves needed to run because they had guns anyway? Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
So Bass.
Colt made everybody equal.
Right. And of course, you know, when the war ended, Bass wanted to go out on his own.
Yeah.
Mr. Reeves knew that he was going to miss him because he loved him like his own boy. But he told him, he says, don't go north and don't go south. Head west.
Texas.
And he goes west. And when he heads west, totally unknown to him, who did he run into?
Who?
He ran into Judge Parker.
Judge Parker.
Judge Parker was Cynthia Ann Parker's grandfather. And he was a judge.
Remind us who Judge Parker is.
Minus Judge Parker was part of the Parker family that settled in the area around Fort Worth, Dallas area. Now, right now there is a Fort Parker up there.
Yeah.
His granddaughter was the Cynthia Ann Parker that was captured by the Comanches and ended up herself becoming the wife of Quanah Parker. But anyway, we don't want to get off into that.
Yeah.
But the point is, Bass Reeves met him, and then, of course, Judge Parker recognized his ability to handle guns, and for the first black guy that we know of, was deputized. You know, and he deputized.
That was up in Fort Worth.
Up around the Fort Worth area. And over the lifetime of Bass Reeves, they figured that he brought to justice close to 3,000 men. And many times he didn't bring them in singly, in single groups. He would arrest 10, 12 men at the same time and bring them in. He was well known for his ability to be honest, to be law-abiding, to be a good person, and everyone that he left, that he did good things for, he left the town, he always left them with a silver dollar. Was interestingly enough. But again, at the end of this whole thing, no one really ended up where Bass Reeves, it kind of faded into history. We don't know where he died.
Yeah, whatever happened to him.
We don't know when he died, but he was up in later years. He was well known for capturing outlaws by having using a master of disguise. And he would come on as an old slave or something and work his way in with the outlaws, and then he ended up arresting the whole group. But he was a master at this through his life.
So he's the original undercover cop.
Right, so as you may, and I'm telling you this, but you probably already know it, but as things faded on, and then the people up north, especially on the East Coast, where all these writers wanted to write about the Old West, they came to the Old West. And they were going to run about Wyatt Earp, Doc Holliday, everybody had heard about, but this particular, and I can't remember his name, Arthur, found out about this Bass Reeves, and he got really intrigued with it.
Yeah.
He wrote about everything that he had heard or stories that had taken place. He goes back up north to write the book, and the publisher says, I love the story, but I'm not going to do a book about a black man. I'm not going to do it. So even they were even prejudiced up there.
Yeah.
So rumor.
What's the rumor say?
The rumor is that he changed the name of the character, changed the race of the character, so they would accept it, and it became the Long Ranger.